Hi there, I'm Trucker Ray, and before we get to our presentation, I wanted to share with you a new way to contact me. That's right, I finally got a post office box. A lot of you have been sending emails and leaving comments on my YouTube channel, and that is awesome, but I know some of you still like snail mail. So, if you have something you'd like to send, whether it's a card, or you want to buy me a cup of coffee, or whatever it might be, this is where you send it. P.O. Box 12306, Langley, RPO, which stands for Royal Post Office, Logan Creek, British Columbia, Canada, V2Y0Y7. That's P.O. Box 12306, Langley, RPO, Logan Creek, BC, Canada, V2Y0Y7. Now, if you're ready, let's get to our presentation. Wow, this jockey box is looking really bad. Yeah, it's loaded with straps and a whole bunch of other stuff, and you know, I got a little bit of time before I have to leave for Lethbridge. That's where I'm going next, by the way. I'm still out here in Calgary, and I stand over here where there's no wind, so you're not getting any of that. I'm heading to Lethbridge to grab a load. That's going to be going to Kent, Washington, and probably from there I'll be heading south to one of the Mexican borders, I'm sure, with a load of apples or pears. That's basically what we do. But it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a break from all of that and do a little bit of chaos in Canada. And I have, like I said, I got a little bit of time on my hands, so I figured, hey, why not? Let's organize this jockey box. It really needs it. So, get a good look at it. It's a bit of a mess right now, but it's going to look a whole lot better real quick. I normally don't let my jockey box get this bad, but it has reached that point where I got to do something about it, because it's even bothering me now, and you can barely stuff it in there. I had this organized not that long ago. As you can see here, I've got two very important items that everybody should have, and that is your Magna stop, so you can slide your trailer, and of course my kingpin lock that you put right on the trailer kingpin when like if you're at a repair facility and they say, oh, we need you to drop your trailer in our drop yard. Well, if it's a full load, it's always a good idea. Look at these babies. Yeah, I can cut anything with these. Yeah, it's a nice little thing to have, bolt cutters. The other day, for some reason, I accidentally turn this on because the pin, for whatever reason, is missing. It's not in there. So if I push that down right now, that's just gonna spray. So that's why I got this. And I'm gonna put that in here for now, so that doesn't happen again. It's actually a really stupid place for the fire extinguisher. I remember having a Volvo, well, I can't remember what it was, maybe it was a Volvo, that had the fire extinguisher right where the driver's door is. That's where it should be, where you can get access to it immediately. Come on, get in there. There we go. I think, no, that's still not in. Wow. Okay, I think I got it. Now the nice thing about using a paper clip, it stops this thing from moving forward, from spraying, and at the same time, it will, it's cheap enough. If you really press on it, it'll still work anyway. And I have to double check this. I want to make sure that this fire extinguisher is still good. Okay. It's always a good idea to check your fire extinguisher, because if you're just assigned a new truck, it's very, very highly unlikely that the driver themselves actually made sure that the fire extinguisher was still good. Another thing you should have is glad hand lock or an airline lock. It's actually very handy to put on your trailer when you're dropping that as well, and you can put it on your own airline if you park your trailer somewhere, or truck somewhere, to make sure no one steals your truck and tries to use it to a trailer. So I've got a few chain keys here, just in case you need them. But actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put those on the other side, because I'll never probably use those. I'm going to do the same thing with those gloves. So I want to show you something else too. You see this here? This is what you call a pickle fork. I got this when I started driving when I was with Challenger in 2012. Does anybody know what this would be used for? Yes, for adjusting your push rod travel. When you loosen it, you can adjust it with that. But of course, I haven't had to use that because I'm not allowed to adjust that anymore. So this is what I do with my, as you can see, the magnet on this thing is phenomenal. So I got my kingpin lock, and I just put my magnet stop right on top of that one there, and just sticks to it. Hey, my pin puller. I used most, besides my hammer. I don't want the hammer anywhere near the fire extinguisher. So let's do this. My little broom, and put that there. And as for this baby, the nose is going to go up there, and that's right there, right out of the way. And as you can see, it's already tremendously way better. I can actually get access to everything now. I know I'm a little bad with that, especially during the winter time. You're taking straps out, you're grabbing straps. Yeah, this is the time of the year to be doing the organizing, so this works out well. Of course, your oil rag when you're doing your pre-trips. Your gloves, which go pretty well right there. And these are going in the other jockey box. So I'll put those up here. I'm going to be leaving soon here. So I'm going to go around and give my tires a thump. And just double check and make sure they're all inflated before I even start a pre-trip on the trailer. I usually do my pre-trips before I even go on duty. Best time to do it. That way, if anything's wrong, you're not dealing with it when your clock is running. Now we can do it. Oh yeah, the yodel test worked just fine. Okay. Okay. You know, one time I actually had somebody ask me why I don't thump my front tires, my steer tires. It might have been a younger viewer, I'm not sure. And if there is a younger viewer asking that, because there's no other tires holding them up. The reason why we thump these tires is because there's dualies. This one could be flat, and that one on the inside could be full, and you'd never know this one was flat, especially with an empty trailer. So you'd never know, unless you seen the bead was out. But a lot of the time, the inside might be flat, and the outside is full, and you can't see that that one is flat. Because the dualies, one of the tires supporting the other, but of course the steer tires, there's only one steer tire on each side, so when it's flat, well, you darn well know it. When I get back to the yard on a reset, my next reset, I'm going to get the detailing guy to come in and then do a thorough detail on the truck. Some of you might say, well, why don't you just do it yourself? Well, I do, but it's almost like going to get a haircut or a trim or a manicure. It's like you're treating yourself, you're treating the truck. And the guy gets in there with a fine-tooth comb toothbrush, he gets into every nook and cranny, and when he's done, the whole truck smells brand new, so it's fun. So that's what I plan to do. Well, we got another 23 minutes left, and then we can officially start our pre-trip, and we can get out of here and make our way down to Lethbridge. And it was really, really windy earlier, but I think the wind has died down now. So I'm just gonna quickly check halfway down. The winds are at about 11 miles per hour, so they've died right down. They're about 11 miles an hour in Calgary. So weather's good. It is good indeed. And then tomorrow we'll be driving through Crow's Nest again, but this time instead of going straight through, we're going to cut over Kingsgate. And I haven't cut through there in a long time, the border crossing into Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry. I haven't been down that route in a long time. I'm actually really looking forward to that. That used to be one of my favorite routes. I really do enjoy that route. There's something about that drive that, yeah, it brings back fond memories of going through there. All right, friends. Ready to go. Ready to head for Lethbridge. Come on, truck. There we go. I feel like I've been sitting here for 3 days. Well, you know what? I got here Saturday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It has been 3 days. Okay, so I have been sitting here pretty well 3 days. Almost 3 days. I got a whole reset in. What does that tell you? That's 36 hours. Yeah, been sitting here 36 hours. But you know what? It just happened to turn out that way because the delivery was on the weekend. So I'm really grateful I was able to deliver that on Sunday. I could have had to deliver that this morning. And you guys seen how much fun that was on the last little clip there, a video I made. How much fun it was getting into that place and out, and there was no traffic. Just imagine what that would be like. Actually, no, you didn't really see me back into it, did you? No. I guess when I was with Barry, you could see how tight that was going to be to get in there. But everything worked out really well. So we're good to go. And as you can see, the weather's good, and I did check again the wind, and the wind is fine. I won't have any issue. This will be nice to drive this route again. I haven't done this Highway 2 down into Lethbridge for a long time. I do enjoy it. I might take the back road. There's a little bit of a back road you can take. Takes you down some of the farm area. But I may just stay on the main route just because it's kind of good to do that, because which way does this thing want me to do? Oh, it wants me to go in a circle. What else is new? Because in case there's a breakdown or you have a blowout on your tire, you don't have some tire guy showing up and having to repair your tire on the side of a road somewhere in a dangerous situation. Boy, there's a lot of Transfreight Macromere bobtails parked at that. Wow, there's a lot of them there. Kind of reminds me of the days of I-Haul. We used to occupy that entire parking lot because that's unfortunately how much sitting we did. But, wait until we go around this corner here. I hope you get a chance to see if this light ever changes. There's a really nice sunset going on there. Come on, light, change. Stop the truck, set the brake, and prepare to make something to eat, Ray, and then it'll change. So, I just want to thank you guys for the overwhelming response that I've been receiving from the videos that I've been putting out. A lot of you have really enjoyed them. I know some of you also really liked the Trucker's Corner. And yeah, it's a pleasure to do that. I have a good time doing that with Glenn, because Glenn is a very experienced driver. He's got a lot of knowledge, a lot of tools he can share with a lot of people. I think he should be a driving instructor, but unfortunately, some people will stereotype somebody when they have a little bit of gray hair and think that they're too old to do that stuff. Well, no, not at all. That man has got a lot of experience and a lot. I think any company that, let me squeeze in here there, buddy. You can cut me off if you want, but I'm going anyway. He's got a lot of experience to share, and I hope you guys subscribe if you are not a subscriber. And how often will I have him on? I'm going to try to have him on, well, maybe just every 7 or 8 days. See how that works out. I haven't really committed how often I'm going to be putting these videos out, but I'm just, yeah, I don't want to really set any specific schedule, and then you end up not being able to fulfill that schedule because of some downtime, and then you let people down. So I'm not doing that anymore. Yeah, I'm not going to do that no more. No more, no more. Yeah, you don't want to move into that lane yet. Okay. All right, friends, so onward we go. Make our way to Lethbridge along the Deerfoot Trail that will soon turn into, well, this is Barlow. We'll make our way onto the Deerfoot Trail, Highway 2, the Queen Elizabeth Highway, southbound. Good morning, everyone. I am just starting my day. Been up for a while. And just making my way over to the shipper, which is a very, very big place. Davidson's Seed Oil, or whatever they're called. It's the biggest place in town when you show up. As soon as you come into Lethbridge, all you smell is canola oil. That's where it's coming from. It's coming from their plant. So that's where I'm heading right now. One place that I normally used to park when I used to come into town, or I was heading out for meat inspection or whatever it was, we would come to this Tim Hortons over here and just park along the spot. Man, there just happened to be a spot over there available for me last night, so I parked it there. And we got a very big oversized load making its way over here. Gee, I wonder if that's gonna clear the lights. Oh yeah, it'll clear the lights, but man, that's a pretty good size here. We're gonna see it go by here in a minute here. Well, that's not that big, I guess. Oh, he got caught by the light, too bad. Ooh, he's got a nice truck there though. Nice old international cab over. So, you still can't see it. It's over there. But anyhow, as you can see, it is absolutely beautiful out here today. Well, I think we're finally into some spring weather now, which is nice. Yeah, I can only assume that the drive all the way down to Kingsgate today is going to be good. So it's going to be tight. You know what? I don't know how quickly they load you at this place. I've never actually loaded at that place before. If I have, it's been a very long time. I don't remember it. I don't even remember the routine there. But I think she said, I called on the phone and the lady or something said about being in lane number 3. So I'll have to look for that, lane 3. I think she said 3. And yeah, and then we'll take that down the Crow's Nest Highway, right into Cranbrook, and then over Kingsgate, and hopefully by then the paperwork will have cleared. I don't know how long the process it's going to be. Lane 3. What does it say here? Lane 1, lane 2, lane 3. Okay, this is the lane 3 that I want right here. Obviously, because I'm not going in there with a grain hauler. And I guess I have to check in here. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I hope they have clear directions. I've never been in here before. All drivers must stop and report used call box or swipe access card. I'm guessing there's a phone number here because you can't use the thing here. There it is. All right, friends, I am all finished here. I am done. Yeah, what a quick loading process this was. It was not any issue whatsoever. They in the door load you and get you out real fast. Now, I'm not sure what to do with this gate here. I can only assume. There we go. Automatically, they're waiting for me. Wow, they run this place like a well-oiled machine. They really do. I went in through the gate, backed into the door. My trailer was locked on immediately, and right away they started loading me right away. And the guy had me loaded like within 20 minutes, not even, and already I'm gone. Just an incredible. I'd love to come here again. I just went through the scale up here, and the weights are all good. Actually, they're really impressive. It's light on the drives, which is nice, and I got full tank of fuel, but it's like 15.4 on the trailer, which is the equivalent of 34,000 pounds, which is dead on. They couldn't load that any better. Really impressed with that. I wanted to share with you guys that for those of you that have not been through here before, this particular area right here is very amazing because this is called Frank Slide. And way back when, I don't know the date, I'm not even going to speculate when it, but it was very early in the 1900s that this side of this mountain came down on the town of Frank and buried the whole town. I don't know if there was any survivors, but it's absolutely incredible. The highway is here, and when we go through, you're going to see what I'm talking about. The rocks, they're massive sized rocks. They're even way over on the right hand side of the freeway, or the highway rather. And you wonder, how on earth is that possible? Because you see the mountain on the left hand side, you can see where it came down, where it broke down. There's also a military cargo plane up there. That's different. I don't know what he's doing out here, but anyway, you can see when we come around the corner a little bit, you can see where all the rocks came down on the mountain there. And as we come down and go around the corner, you will see the gigantic boulders and how much rock came down. It, literally buried the town of Frank in the middle of the night. I think it was like 3 or 4 in the morning or something. Nobody even knew it hit them, unless there was somebody that was up late making a tea or a coffee, or someone getting up very, very early. That must have been just horrifying, hearing that noise coming down off the mountain and not realizing that that was going to be the last 2 or 3 minutes of their life right there. And of course, there really hasn't been any effort to remove the rock because it's such a huge job. I'm sure there was some attempt at the time to recover some people, but they probably knew that there was no way that they would have survived that. Look at that! Look at how much rock came down. It's like a third of that mountain came down, and just with such force. You'd think it would have all piled up right there in that little spot to our left. But as we go through this light, you're going to see what I mean. It's pretty incredible how much rock. Like when you're coming the other way, you don't really see the significance on how much rock, because when you're coming this way, when you're heading eastbound, you don't get quite the same view as you do going this way. And it's pretty amazing. That is a lot of rock. And there's even some speculation too that there's another part of the mountain up there that's been slowly breaking away due to ice getting in there and freezing up. But look at all this. Look at all the rock here. Look at all the boulders and the rocks. Just incredible how it came down, and it was such force it ended up way over there to the right. Just look at that. Amazing. Just amazing. Absolutely. It just never ceases to amaze me every time I see this. To some people it just looks like a big pile of rocks, but it is a pile of rocks, but there's a town under these rocks. There is a mining town. The mining town of Frank. I don't know, it's very surreal when you come through here and you just know what happened here, and you just can't think of just what that must have been like when that came down. So there you go. For those of you that are not familiar with Frank Slide, I hope that was a little educational for you.
days will come when you don't have the strength, when all you hear is you're not worth anything, wondering if you ever could be loved. And if they truly saw your heart, they'd see too much. You're beautiful, you're beautiful. You are made for so much more than all of this. You're beautiful, you're beautiful. You are treasured, you are sacred, you are His. You're beautiful.
Well, I'm stopped over here at not too far away from the border, maybe about 5 miles from the US-Canadian border, where you cross over at Eastport, Idaho. And I'm just waiting for my manifest to clear, and I thought I would just stop and just enjoy this beautiful weather out here and this beautiful river. You know, it's so amazing just to listen to the water rippling and making its noise as it makes its way through. It's just so relaxing. There's something about water that I really love. There's something very calming about it, very powerful about it, and something incredibly majestic about it that I just absolutely love. Yeah, it's nice here. I don't mind this. It's kind of nice just kind of sitting back and relaxing a little bit. So nice to have spring back with us once again, isn't it? I also noticed over there someone's got a little kind of built themselves kind of like a little gazebo with a swinging chair. Someone owns that property there. They can sit right along the riverbank and enjoy a nice quiet evening. That's nice, isn't it? Well, let's go back to the truck and see if they've got my manifest ready. I'm just doing my 30-minute break now. As soon as I cross over the border, it'll give me credit for that. All right, we have crossed. We are technically in Eastport, Idaho. And the day is absolutely stunning. I have not been on this route in a long time, so I'm going to enjoy this. I do remember, however, what this little stretch is called from here to Bonner's Ferry, Roadkill Alley, so I'm going to keep my eye out for any kind of wildlife that may be trying to cross. I don't know if they have the spring thaw out yet, or if it's over. What they normally have is you'll see on a tree or a post a little flag that they put up, and if they put it up, I think if it's red and they put it up, that means the spring thaw is in full force and you have to do 25 miles an hour the whole way, which is very, very monotonous. Oh boy, get off the road there, buddies. Something got hit here. Let's just drive over that. Oh, that's a hawk. You know, the thing about hawks, they're beautiful animals, but they're stupid. And the reason why I'm saying they're stupid, I love animals. I love birds. You guys know me. I like birds. I like crows, ravens, hawks, eagles. But the hawks, they always fly to a level where the trucks hit them. I see it all the time. They just don't use their head when it comes to that. I don't get it. But, oh well, what do you do? Anyway, let's just take us right into Kent, Washington, shall we? Hopefully I can get there tonight.
They've made me feel like a prisoner. They've made me feel set free. They've made me feel like a criminal. Made me feel like a king. They've lifted my heart to places I've never been, and they've dragged me down back to where I began. Words can build you up, words can break you down. Start a fire in your heart, fear. God, your voice is the only thing we need to hear. Words can build us up, words can break us down. Start a fire